The Sea of Thieves Season 11 reveal has officially dropped, from things like a complete voyage overhaul to diving to world events and the introduction of a level cap increase. We're going to talk about it as quickly as we can in this video. Sea of Thieves Season 11 is releasing this coming Tuesday, or in other words, the 23rd of January 2023. And it is confirmed by the developers in a dev update to be the last overhaul to the remaining Sea of Thieves system before they focus on bringing out new content. Primarily, we start with a new voyage overhaul. Instead of going to the individual traders, you will now be able to access all voyage menus from your boat on the quest table. You will have the original staple voyages that we're used to and the addition of extra voyages known as raid voyages and medley voyages. These will be unlocked in the later tiers, but if you are already the highest level in each faction, you'll have access to them upon release. The addition of raid voyages are fairly simple. You'll be thrown to an event like a sunken treasury or even a fort that will have only exclusive loot to the company that you've chosen to do this raid voyage for. Oh, and one more thing. You will dive to that voyage. Since Rare has now officially released a dive to world event system, which gives you the loot that you do have in question. Now, the downside of that is you do lose all loot on the boat as you would a normal hourglass dive. So it seems it's only going to be useful if that's how you start your session as opposed to how you decide to finish it. There is also a new addition of rewards to each faction. You can now have a custom ship crest depending on the alliance that you are working on, or the one you just choose to represent. As well as that, it goes without saying there is new additions of loot to each of the factions, which you'll find in these new voyage systems. On the quest table as well, you'll now have the addition to a Discover tab, which will show you voyages catered to your likeness and unique new events, such as Golden Glory and other things like that. It'll also highlight any recently unlocked voyages if you have achieved them, and explain some basic information about Sea of Thieves, like becoming a pirate legend and whatnot. You'll also be able to locate and start up tool tails here too, as they have now been revamped in this section. The final part of the new quest table is liked voyages, as you can now like voyages and put them in a shortlist, so if you want to access them in the future, you can with ease. So not only is this catered to new players, it also has revamped features that are useful for existing players like you and myself. There is also new customization options, in fact, where you can only change the rings your pirate has. There's a reputation system tied to this too. And finally, on voyages, it goes without saying that there is revamped loot, and they've also been rebalanced for the current generation in Sea of Thieves. But don't worry, it hasn't made the outpost vendors completely useless, as you do need to go to them to get promotions. Oh, and talking of promotions, there has been an increase in level cap. Of course, it goes without saying, in the new season there is new plunder passes and new loot to be unlocked, so you can look at that if you do choose to, and everything else remains largely the same. With that in conclusion, that's pretty much a rundown of everything coming in Season 11 in the shortest time possible. There is a long-form video posted on the Sea of Thieves channel, which goes for about 7 minutes. I'll link it in the comments if you do want to watch it. If not, though, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you have a good day, night, evening, afternoon, or whatever it is, wherever you are. And I'm going to see you all either on Twitch or in the next video. Goodbye for now.